coffee already today? Oh, hey guys. Hey guys, welcome to Cosplay and Coffee, which reminds me. So today I'm going to be doing a wig review. I think for the majority, I'm going to be doing my wig reviews on the website, cosplayandcoffee.com, because I feel like there's only so much you can say about wigs and wig companies. But the reason I wanted to do a review on this wig in particular is because I think it's a fairly new-ish wig company. So in case you had questions about it or were wondering how it's different from what I think is its parent company, I'll just tell you what I know and what I think. So anyway, I've had too much coffee already today. Today, I'm going to be reviewing, oh no. Okay. This red wig that I got from Pish Posh Wigs. Pish Posh, I believe, is a sister company to Art of Wigs, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that at a convention last year, I went up to an Art of Wigs booth thing at a convention and was talking to the girl, and they had like little flyers on their table, and on one side it says Art of Wigs, and on the other side it had Pish Posh Wigs, and it had this wig and a couple others like on display on their little flyer. Yeah. So anyway, I had a conversation. I think at the time I was looking for like a straight black wig or something, and didn't end up purchasing it or anything really. Actually, I think it was MegaCon last year, MegaCon Orlando. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you this whole backstory. It's not really relevant. Besides, actually it is. It's relevant. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. So I got that flyer and I had it on the coffee table for months. Like, MegaCon's usually in May. Like 3 or 4 months. Like, it was sitting on my coffee table because apparently I don't like to clean. Don't look at my apartment, please. And I just would stare at it like every day, and I kept being drawn to this little flyer on my table in this red wig. And I'm like, I just kept thinking about how gorgeous it is and how much I wanted it, even though I didn't really need it, and it's like a $60 or $80 wig. This was how much it actually was. And I kept thinking, like, I really want to get this, but I already had a cheap, shitty wig that I got off of Amazon, a red wig, and so I was like, do I really need another one? And then I just convinced myself that yes I did need this red wig. So I had put together a Poison Ivy cosplay, which was just a bodysuit with like leaves glued to it, you know, your typical Poison Ivy, whatever cosplay. And so because it was such an easy cosplay to put together and it was relatively cheap, I decided I could splurge on a fancy wig. So I ordered this one from Pish Posh, and I wore it to MegaCon Tampa last year. So anyway, like I said, I decided to splurge and get this wig, which brings me to the first con of this wig, is that it is pricey. Like I said, it costs this much. I feel like most, oh, I guess I forgot to mention, it is a lace front wig. Normally lace front wigs are pretty pricey. I would say the most reputable wig companies sell their lace front wigs anywhere between $50 and $80. But like I said, I was just drawn to it and I had to get it, and it looked gorgeous. And as you can see, it is super gorgeous. So anyway, I'm gonna put it on and then give you an actual like review. Okay. So actually, while I put this on, I'll just break down how I'm gonna review this for you. I'm gonna tell you what I like about it. Actually, I'm gonna start with what I don't like about it. And then I'll tell you what I like the most about it, and then I'll let you know if I think it was worth it to buy this. Alright, I'm not gonna put this fully on. So like I said, I got this wig for a Poison Ivy cosplay, but I have full intentions of doing some sort of Ariel cosplay because obviously it makes a gorgeous Ariel wig. So anyway, as I mentioned, this wig was really pricey. Normally I would not like to spend any more than $50 on a wig, like ideally. I only have two really expensive wigs, one from Wigs Fashion and then this one. It's just a lot of money to spend on something that you don't know how often you're gonna wear it. The second thing I noticed about the wig that I didn't really care for I was a little confused by, were the sides of the wig right here. You can see, like, it's really loose. And so when I pull it back or anything like that, it's just looser than any other wig I have. And so the first time I wore it out, I was very aware that you could probably see like my real hair underneath, even though I do have a wig cap on. And I could just like feel it sticking out on the sides right here. But in the few months since then, I realized that there is a purpose to these. It's just not something that is typically on like cheap Amazon wigs or even like $30 Amazon wigs, and it's not a feature that I've noticed on my other pricey wig. So it's meant to take, you're meant to take wig glue or maybe even spirit gum. I think I would use spirit gum and glue it to the sides of your head so that not only does it stay on better, which I obviously have not done today, but it really sells the illusion that this is your natural hair. So what was a con, I realize is pretty freaking awesome. And the last thing that really frustrates me about this wig is how tangled it got after just wearing it downtown and the next day at the convention. To be fair, I am fairly certain this is just something that happens a lot with curly wigs. I personally prefer curly wigs. I just like the way they look better. And then you can always straighten them, and I think it's hard to get this look to stay with a wig that's already straight, if that makes sense. Like, it's easier to just straighten this than it would be to like recreate this like perfectly curled look. And if you have naturally curly hair like me, then you already know that there's just no point in brushing curly hair ever, because it, like, as you can see, like, you just can't run your fingers through it. And this is me with my natural hair anyway, so it's just, it gets very tangly very easily. But to Pish Posh's credit, I think that is just a curly wig problem that you'll have with any company. It's just something that is a flaw with all curly wigs, not their specific company. It's just something to keep in mind if you do purchase a curly wig, and it also gets in your face a lot. The other thing that I've noticed, and I think this is because it's a curly wig, or maybe just because it's a synthetic wig in general, is that after just 2 wears, it just seemed very dry. It doesn't look like it at all, which is amazing, but I don't know if you can tell if I get up close, like, it just, I mean, I've also brushed it, and I think you can tell because it just seems like dry and more like frayed, frizzy, whatever you want to say, than it did when it first came in the package. But that brings me to the package detail. I personally don't really care how a package arrives as long as it arrives undamaged. I don't really care if it's in a pretty box or anything like that. The only thing with the wig specifically that I care about is if it comes with a wig cap, which this one did, specifically the netted wig cap that I put on earlier, which I prefer over like the full bald cap thing. I need more coffee. I can't concentrate. All I care about is if it came with a wig cap, which it did, and if the wig comes in a bag, because that's how I store my wigs, is I just put them back in the bag that they came in, and it did, and it had its nice little logo and everything on it. So when it comes to packaging, my general thought on that is who cares? As long as it comes intact and comes with those 2 things, then it's great. Do you guys care how packages arrive? Like, I know that unboxing videos are a big thing with cosplayers, but I personally just would rather use the product and then test it out in the real world or the cosplay world than to just do an unboxing and get an initial review and like judge a book by its cover, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Who cares? Do you guys care? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so what I like about this wig, I think it's, you know, needless to say, is what drew me to it in the first place, like of me just staring at this advertisement for months and months and months, is that it's gorgeous. It's just as gorgeous in person as it shows up in their flyers. And just, oh, look at it. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't even matter that it's so like tangled or that it feels a little used, because it's been used, because it just holds its form and everything so well. The second thing I really love about it is that it looks realistic. I think I even had people comment when I wore it to the convention that it looked like my real hair. And I think I fooled a lot of people. Actually, that night I was very conscious of me, the first time I wore it downtown Tampa, I was very conscious of the fact that I was wearing a wig like casually, because that is something I've never done before. But I was like, I'm in a town where nobody knows me and we're just going out drinking. I'll wear a wig, it'll be fun. And the last thing I'll tell you that I like about it is that it's comfortable. I think it's a good length. I feel like if it were any shorter, then the curls would just make it too thick. And I already have a lot of hair and a big head, and sometimes, actually most of the time when I wear wigs, I get a headache within a few hours. But I think that's mostly due to the wig cap and it's definitely not like the wig itself. So just to recap through all that mumbling, the things I didn't like about it were the pricing, the size of the wig, which actually turned into a pro, and that it tangles easily and it's a bitch to brush out, honestly. And the things I do like about it is that it's gorgeous and it looks exactly how they advertise it. I like that it looks realistic, and I like that it fits and wears comfortably. I also like how it's like versatile, and like I said, I plan on using it as an aerial wig, but it also works as a poison ivy wig. And there's probably some other characters that I'm not thinking of that I can use it for, but so far those are the two characters that I will use this wig for. So it's definitely a wig that I will wear and hopefully be able to use over and over again. I've had it a little less than a year. I think I got it in whatever Tampa MegaCon is. I want to say October. It was October, like end of September, early October. So that's how long I've had it. I've worn it to a convention twice, maybe? I want to say twice. Yeah, because then I wore it to Holiday Matt Story as Poison Ivy. So I'll definitely wear it again. As for buying another wig from Pish Posh, while I would really like to, I like this blue wig in particular. It was also on the advertisement, and also it was like a debate whether I wanted to get the blue one for a Hades cosplay or get this red one, but yeah, I figured I'd get more use out of the red one if I was gonna spend that kind of money. If I ever do get another Pish Posh wig and you wanna know like if all of their products hold up to this one's standards, I'll do a review on cosplaycomfy.com, and I'll link it in the description if I ever get another one. And then you can also check me out on social media. Yep, that's the thing I just did. And just see if I ever purchase another Pish Posh wig. And subscribe if you want to see some more reviews or some tutorials or some SFX makeup or me hanging out with cosplayers or parody videos or whatever I decide to do on this channel, because I have so many ideas. Yeah. If you guys are wondering, this shirt is an adorable apparel shirt, which I did a little mini review on, which I'll link in the description below. And yeah, that's it. This week's cosplayer of the week, I think I'm going to say, is Megan Flockhart. Megan is mostly known for being an Emma Watson lookalike, but she's a lot more than that. You can get to know her in the Q&A I had with her a while ago in the description below, but she also does a really beautiful aerial cosplay, so she's the first person I thought of. So check out Megan, because she's awesome. And that's it for this video, guys. I will see you next time. Cheers.